Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, I'm at our luxury hotels to check on progress of our new contract. I'm out with a new construction client ahead of 2 cleans that we've got, and for a change, I am a guest on a marketing podcast. Let's roll the footage. What's happening, guys? Monday morning, welcome back to another episode of We Are JCD. I mentioned to you guys last week, it was a bit of a funny week, to be honest. I found myself in a little bit of no man's land, not really knowing what to do with myself, because obviously now Mitchell's about, he's taken over all the drainage work, and I've sort of just been like, well, should I spend more time with him? Should I do this? So this week, he's all out on 2 jobs today. Then we've got the van tanker being serviced by Rhiannon tomorrow. So Mitchell's going to get that arranged. So yeah, I am going to spend some time doing some business development. I've just been down the office to check any posts and a couple of bits and pieces I had to quickly do there. I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon at home. Well, I say afternoon, it's still mid-morning. I'm going to spend the morning at home catching up with some quotes, emails and some paperwork that we've got to do. Look at any debt, because I haven't sat down and looked at that at a while. Conveniently, I went on a finance course, as you guys know, and haven't really done any finance since I've been back. So I'm going to sit down and just run through that, chase up anybody that owes us any money, because always money not coming in, but plenty that's got to go out with suppliers and things like that. So yeah, interesting week. Our first full week this week where I say I'm settled. We've got a drainage engineer, the cleaning team are out doing their stuff, so I'm back to what I was doing conveniently about 6 months ago. So I'm really looking forward to starting to get stuck back into that and get some momentum going. So I'm going to head back home quickly, and then we'll catch up with our paperwork, and then I will catch up with you guys subsequently after. What's happening, team? Just got back to Guildford HQ. I've done a little bit in the gym, and now I've just jumped out of the shower after doing an ice bath. To be honest with you, I say I had a good day catching up with all the paperwork that I needed to catch up with today. Mitchell's been out on a few jobs, and all the cleaning guys, as I say, we've got a big client visit going on this week. So they're getting ready for that and doing some prep for that. So I am just going to now catch up on some emails, spend a little bit of time with the children in a minute, as they've just got back from school, because they've just had a couple of weeks off. Tomorrow I've got a bit more of a varied day. Tomorrow I am, first thing in the morning, I am down at JCD HQ. Then I have a meeting with a new supplier that wants to come down and see us. The guys from Foremost UK are coming down. We've done a bit with Foremost. They sent us our pack back video. They sent us all the kit for that. So I know these guys, but they're coming down to HQ because the new hotels that we've just taken on, they were previously the consumable supplier to that hotel. Obviously, we've taken it over, and usually in that instance, we would then start using our own suppliers. But I believe they're nice and local to that because it's down near the coast. So I've got that, and then tomorrow afternoon, I am actually going to the hotels to meet with the customer just to make sure everything's going okay, run over a few bits and pieces down there, and then I will have a catch up with the staff down on this particular contract. So a bit of an office day today, not too much going on, but a little bit more of a varied day tomorrow. So I will catch up with you guys then, and we'll be out and about a little bit more than we have been today. What is happening, Team JCD? As you can see, I am down at JCD HQ. It's around 12 o'clock now. I had a meeting early at site. Customer called me, they wanted to have a catch up with me, so I popped into that particular site, and I have spent most of the morning there, to be honest. I went there with the initial idea of just having a meeting, but then I had to wander around, caught up with this quite a large site of ours, caught up with different managers at different locations, just had a general catch up, and now I've just got down to HQ. I'm going to plough on through some paperwork. I've actually got a supplier coming down to see me. We're taking over our new hotels, as you guys know, and the consumable supplier that was down there, I have dealt with before. I mentioned this in yesterday's video or yesterday's clip. So they're coming down to HQ to see me, and then conveniently I've actually got to go to the hotel. So it's going to be a bit of a late day today, but I'll obviously take you guys with me. So I'm going to plough on with some paperwork, and then we're going to head down to our new hotels after we've had our meeting with this new supplier. Yes, team, we are now down in East Sussex. It took us a little while to get down here, around an hour and 45 minutes. It does this time of day. Usually I leave a lot later because the evening team here start about 9 o'clock, and it usually takes just over an hour, I'd say. Had a meeting with a new supplier in the office. That was useful, like their system, like what they're about, so I'm going to send them some more information and we'll see what we can do with this guy. I've just come down to one of our new hotels, meet with our main key stakeholder here, sorry for the wind, just to have a catch up to see how things are going. We've been here a couple of weeks now, so still early days. Just want to talk about some systems that we've got in place, how we can start getting them used by our customers. We've got a help desk system they're going to be using. And then I'm going to stay down there for a couple of hours. Luckily the Wi-Fi is quite good down here. I'm going to stay here till around 8:30 tonight, and I'm going to catch up with the cleaning staff as they come in, make sure they've got everything they need and they're doing what they should be doing, and if they need anything then they can ask me why I'm here. So I'm going to be down there for a good 3-4 hours. So I'm going to get the laptop out, head inside and go and grab a coffee with the customer. It's 6:30 now. I've had a catch up with the supervisor, who actually lives pretty close, to be fair. She come in to see me, just had a general catch up. We've got one lady member of staff that is going to be leaving the business, nothing to do with the transition, something's come up personally, and she is struggling for some childcare. I always like coming to this particular hotel, and this is one of the reasons that because this is a little bit out of the way for us generally. I mean, we can manage it easy enough, but it's a little bit more difficult to get to distance wise. About an hour's out, just an hour and 20's drive really on a good day, but it's a lovely location, so that's one why we was keen to work here. They've got fantastic grounds, as you can see. I always have a little wander. They've got a beach just over the road there, so a real nice location. Yeah, customers happy. Obviously it's still early days. We've got some bits and pieces we're trying to improve. We're going to get some new bits of machinery in this particular contract, because at the moment, as you may have seen if you watched a couple of weeks ago when we mobilised this, they're doing the floor by deck scrub, and that's because that's a legacy thing. It's something that they've just, oh well, that's how we've always done it, and they don't really question it, which is not the way we like to do things. We've got a help desk system going in here. James Eaton has designed that for us, totally bespoke. So that's going in. So yeah, it's all going well. Tomorrow, I know this week, I mentioned to you guys last week, and I'm always conscious of this. I'm a little bit in between everything at the moment, what with Mitchell starting and, you know, him being out on his own, me trying to work with him, getting everything back in order with JCD. So I'm a little bit in between everything at the moment. So, you know, if the content is a bit thin in terms of action, then I can only apologise, but that is generally what's going on day to day. Just hopefully my beautiful face will keep you guys interested and coming back. So that wraps up today. I'm going to take the journey back home now. It's about 7 o'clock. I should get back about 9. I've got some paperwork to do. And then tomorrow I am out and about with Mitchell all day on the drainage. So I'm going to film all that for you. We've got quite a bit going on tomorrow. I will catch up with you guys then. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you guys in the morning. What's happening, team? It's Wednesday, it's late evening now. Been out with Mitchell all day. I'm trying to spend at least 1-2 days a week with Mitchell, just till he gets comfortable, and you know, he's totally happy with what he's doing. Although he's been doing it for a while, he's still some bits and pieces he doesn't know, so I need to try and spend a little bit of time with him. So we've been up in central London today. We've done 5 jobs altogether. Adam, I'll send you some pictures, you can put them on here, ranging from blocked toilets, blocked manholes, and we also had a mains that we had to do. We had to actually come and get the tanker and then take it back over there. So I'm trying to spend a little bit more time with him. Tomorrow and Friday he's going to be on his own, and tomorrow I've got a job to look at, and then I've got a client meeting that I need to get to, and then Friday I've actually got a podcast. So I know this week's been a little bit of a funny week, and to be honest with you, I've found myself in a little bit of no man's land between the two. But hey, you know, as I always say, ups and downs, and that's what this channel is about. So yeah, probably a shorter episode this week, but we're getting things done, and that's the main thing. As I say, we've got tomorrow, a few bits and pieces going on, and then on Friday, we've got a podcast, and we're spending the rest of the afternoon in the office. I think I'm going to catch up with Adam tomorrow as well, and do some intros. So yeah, it's all go. Don't worry, we're still here. Right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, team JCD. We made it to Thursday. Busy day today. I've got to head down to Canterbury at my first appointment. We've got a new construction cleaning project starting down there with a customer we've done some drainage work for before. And then I've got a client meeting because we've got a big walk round coming up. Then I'm going to head to the office to meet Adam. So that's all going on today. So let's get in the car and get going. So we've just arrived at this new site in Canterbury. It's only a small development. I think there's 3-4 homes here. I've said on the channel before, construction industry is a difficult industry, and now, after working with a lot of the main contractors and a lot of contractors in general, we only work with a very select few. Now, I've worked with this particular customer on a couple of occasions on the drainage. They know what they're doing. The plots are ready when you turn up. So yeah, small development. I've just got here, just gonna have a quick look around. We've got some cleans that are going on here next week, and I haven't actually visited this one. I've just done it off plan. So yeah, come to have a look round. So let's go and see the customer and we'll have a wander. Sorry mate, is Lucas around by any chance?
Yeah,
oh Lucas, Chris from JCD Cleaning. How are you mate?
I'm good.
Good, I'm just having a quick nosy round ready for next week. So we've had a wander round with the customer, Lucas, really nice guy. I know both these actually through drainage actually. We've done some drainage work with this company before, some surveys, and then obviously I mentioned that we have other capabilities. So we've had a look, we've got 2 plots to do next week. They're in good condition really for a first clean, and that's why we work with very specific builders, because some of them you go in and they're literally like a bomb site's gone off. But this one is in good nick, so we've got 2 guys here for the whole day and they'll get both these plots, and then we've got a second clean just before they get sold and someone else moves in. So now I'm going to head back up to Sittingbourne. I've got a client meeting there, monthly management meeting. We'll go through all the contract data, etc. And they've got a big visit at this site next week, so I'll be spending a couple of hours there just making sure everything's okay. Get back in the car, let's get to Sittingbourne.
The security of Twitter DMs. There probably were people.
So we've taken the short drive, about 25 minutes, back down to Sittingbourne. As I say, this is one of our big contracts local to where the office is. I can't film on this site, not allowed to do it. I have asked on several occasions because actually we do some really interesting stuff here, really technical cleans. Confined space, high level cleans, all sorts. This is a highly industrial location. So it would be really good to film some stuff here, but they never let me. So anyway, I'm here about 45 minutes early. I'm going to catch up with the management team and the team on site. Then I've got my client meeting. I'll pop round and see a few key stakeholders, and then I'm going to head over to HQ and have a catch up with Adam. We've got to do some intros for some videos. I'll be honest with you, I've been struggling for a little bit of motivation this week. It's just been lots going on, bits and pieces I need to get ready for, and yeah, just mood's been a little bit lower than usual. Obviously conscious of Mitchell starting as well and spending some time with him. So yeah, it's been a bit of an off week, shall we say. We'll put it down. You have them, you know, it's ups and downs, as I always say to everyone on the channel, the team. You know, it's always rough with the smooth, but it's been a bit of a rough week, to be honest. But hey, you know, everything's going as it should, apart from a few little niggles here and there. We're moving in the right direction. So hopefully this client meeting goes well. Don't see a reason why it shouldn't, unless there's something I'm not aware of. So I'm going to get my boots on, get my PPE, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I've finished. We are back down at HQ, as you can see behind me. I've spent a couple of hours out on the customer site. I made sure I went and see all the major stakeholders on this site. It's a massive site, so there is a lot of them to see, and it was a very positive day, to be honest. Sometimes, you know, these sites you're going to get feedback, and sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. Today was definitely more positive than it was negative, which is the main thing. There's always going to be areas to improve on big sites, especially like this, but it's all set. We've got a plan ready for the weekend. We've got some overtime going on at this contract on the weekend, just ready for this visit on Monday, and we've got an early start, but it is all where it should be. Adam's just joined me at HQ, so we're just going to do some intros, have a catch up. I've got some paperwork to do and print out. So yeah, productive day so far. I've just finished with Adam. We've just done some intros. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really, unfortunately, given Adam that much time of my time the past couple of weeks. So I've just had a quick catch up with him just about some of the stuff we've got planned in the next couple of weeks. So it's been a bit of an iffy couple of weeks for me personally in terms of what's going on, who's doing what and things like that, because it's just out of sync, because you got used to our drainage engineer not being around, me having to be reactive in that situation. That's not the case no more. So we're just getting that rebalance like we did before that. So I've got to jump on a quick conference call with James Eaton from Digital Scientist. We are just doing a little bit of review about our help desk system that we've got in place and getting that rolled out to some customers. So we're going to jump on a quick Zoom call. Mitchell, drainage engineer, is going to meet me here as well. He's got to pick up a fuel card, which has just come. So yeah, I'm going to be here for another couple of hours. So we're going to jump on this Zoom call with James and have a look at this help desk. Not really my favourite choice of biscuit, to be honest, a bourbon, but that's all that's in the office.
Hello, mate.
Mate, I've had a nightmare trying to get on this. I can't get on it on the on the computer. Don't know what's happened.
Just come and click the help desk. It opens up in a new window, and then all they need to do is literally register.
Okay.
So once they've registered and signed up, that will match their email address with your CRM database.
So I finished my Zoom meeting with James from Digital Scientist. James really helps us out. He manages obviously all of our websites, and he helps with any software development that we've got going on. So I was just having a chat with him about the help desk that our customers are going to be able to log positive feedback, any issues they've got. They can log that on the help desk, and then we'll be able to get sight of that back at HQ. So yeah, that was good. So that wraps up today. It's Thursday. Tomorrow I have a podcast, so I'm going to be down here in the morning. We're all set up for that, and then we'll see what that is. It's a marketing podcast. George has asked me to come on and talk about obviously our marketing that we do, because surprisingly you guys may like to know that we are probably one of the very few that do that for the cleaning industry. So he wants to know how that goes and different platforms and methods we use. So that'll be super interesting. So yeah, that wraps up today, guys. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, team JCD. I am down at HQ. As you can see, I've been down there a few hours now. It's about 10 o'clock. Had a couple of Zoom calls today. Zoom call with a potential new supplier of our consumable products. We've worked with this company before, actually. They've actually sent us some products. We've done a review of the Pack Bellow, and it was these guys that sent that down to us. And yeah, we're looking to change our or potentially change our supplier for consumable products across our portfolio. So we've got these guys in, had a call with them, had a meeting with them early part of this week, called today with Sharon. And yeah, it looks like we're going to give that a go. They've got an online portal. They've got some bits and pieces that I need from a management information point of view. So that is good. I'm spending I'm spending all of today down at HQ. I've had a Zoom call this morning. I'm actually ready to go on a podcast now, a marketing podcast. So I've just set up for that, although that was a bit of a headache this morning. Couldn't seem to get Zoom to get going for some reason. But it's all going now. I'm all set up. I can see my face on the computer. This is a marketing company that they have a marketing podcast, and obviously we put out a lot of content. So we're going to be speaking about our content marketing, why we do that, what the process is, been thought logic behind that. So that should be interesting. So I'm going to go in with this, and then I'll catch up with you guys after and let you know how it went.
Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of the Visibility Agency Business and Marketing Podcast. My name's George, and today I'm joined here with Chris Guilfoyle. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Thank you, George. I appreciate the invite and for you to having me on all the way from Poland.
Awesome. It's been really, really nice to talk to you today.
Yeah.
And thanks for taking the time. And have a great day. And come and join us again on the podcast soon, and we can talk about some more topics.
Sounds good.
We've got lots more to talk about.
Thanks, George. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers.
We've just finished our podcast with George. Interesting conversation. We went for about an hour, probably could have gone longer, but sometimes on these podcasts, they try and keep it relatively short, 2 or under an hour, because some people don't want to sit there and listen to a 2-3 hour podcast, especially with someone that's probably unknown like myself. It might be interesting if you've got a celebrity or someone's in the public eye, but Chris from Kent, probably not going to appeal to most people, unfortunately. Maybe one day, who knows. So that was an interesting hour. Good chat with him. I've been down here reviewing some of our contract costs, because the national minimum wage has just gone up, so that's an ideal time to review any costings for our customers, and where necessary, obviously making increases to the staff wages. So I've been going through all that this afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock now. I'm going to head and pick my daughter up, because she's been away on a school trip. Mitchell's been out and about doing a couple of jobs on drainage today. All the guys are working the weekend at our contract, where we've got a big visit coming up, which is Monday. next week, I'm not going to be on the site. The guys will be coming in super early. I believe the visit's around 12 o'clock. So they'll all be in early, getting ready for that visit and just doing the last bits. And they are working over this weekend to make sure everything is spick and span for that visit. It's actually, say, a well-known customer flying in by private jet, multi-billionaire, the guys that own this company. Household name, if I told you the customer, you would know them. So yeah, we're just getting finalised for that. So it's been an interesting week. Starting to find my feet a little bit more, comfortable with what everyone's doing, and starting to get back to some normality and working on both businesses. I've started doing a little bit more marketing in terms of outbound with some of the emails that I used to do regular, but as I've got dragged into being more hands-on, that sort of fell by the wayside. We've got some real interesting projects coming up as well. I won't give away too much. Hopefully we're going to have a site visit at a couple of them in a couple of weeks. I know one that I looked at, a big window cleaning contract. I know Richard was going to be at a meeting there today, so I'm going to have a catch up with him. So yeah, a positive week all in all. Feel better, bit of a slow start to the week, feel better at the end of the week. I don't know if that's attributed to me drinking the last couple of weekends. I always say this on the channel. Alcohol is not necessarily the best thing for me. I don't avoid it completely, but I do try and limit it. But I had a couple of weekends where I, had a few drinks. A crazy one last weekend, not the weekend before, but still a few drinks nonetheless. But next week is a new week. I'll be doing some bits and pieces over the weekend, nothing too crazy. Got a drainage job in the morning, and I've got to go to a contract on Sunday. But yeah, apart from that, I will catch up with you guys next week. We've got a podcast here at HQ on Monday, and there'll be plenty of other stuff going on. As always, hit that like and subscribe button for me, guys. I really appreciate that. The followers have gone up a lot recently, and that keeps us motivated, and we keep putting out content for business owners, cleaning business owners, and anyone else who wants to follow along with the journey. Right, that wraps it up. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you on Monday morning, as always.